Welcome back to the Whatnauts Reactor Core number 82. This is our reaction to She-Hulk episode 3. My name is Kyle Springer and I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa,
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm on a party planning committee for an office party, and we accidentally met for 90 minutes today, but it was very productive.
Accidentally met. That seems like an odd situation.
It started as 30 minutes and then it just stretched and we'll do this park, but then that park is booked up all day, even though we went just like a Friday at 1 o'clock. So we had to go on a journey. We had to find an entirely different park to book.
I see. It's been raining here all day, so I've been stuck inside. So nothing fun from me. I mean, I stay inside most of the time. I get it. I know. But I want the option, right? Anyways, She-Hulk, that's what we're here to talk about. Let's dive into our thoughts on She-Hulk episode 3. Melissa, what did you think?
Good world building episode. I'm happy we got Wong in early. And the show and Jin turns to you and says, I know you're looking forward to when Wong shows up, but we're not going to do too many of these. Don't get used to it. And we're like, that might be a lie, but even if it is, even if we truly is, this is like the end of the cameos. We all love Wong. I like that we all love Wong in the MCU. Is like, you guys love Wong, right? More Wong. We'll bring him in. Yeah. He's here for everything.
They're sitting there like, don't think this is a cameo of the week show. Know whose show this really is. It's mine, She-Hulk.
It is.
Yeah. I thought this one was hilarious. I think this might be the funniest like Marvel Disney Plus. I mean, I think this is the first one that is a comedy specifically. But it is like it. I think even in the bits that we have gotten from past shows or past movies, I laughed so hard at this one. I was very impressed. And I mentioned that because one of the things that I said last time that I was hoping for, they blatantly didn't do. I was hoping that this whole Emil Blonsky case would be the whole season, that we would be diving into all the like ins and outs of the legal who knows what. And they wrapped it up in this one, kind of. Well, I'm sure we'll still see more ramifications. Yeah. But
just this one parole hearing is over.
Yeah, this case, at least as we know it, is done. It might seem like she'll get a new client, or she'll have to defend someone else, or try someone, who knows. But they did the thing that I was like, I hope this isn't I hope they're not just like one and done. And they did the thing. And even though I'm slightly disappointed, I was super impressed. I liked this. I loved it a lot. I think right now it's kind of hard for me to find things to like criticize or complain about. It's all just like, this has been great so far.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
Pleasantly surprised. Indeed.
Yeah, I think we're in an interesting setup period. In the last episode, we were all very suspicious of Emil Blonsky. But in this episode, when they have the other character witnesses at his parole hearing, they all seem so genuine about good things he's done. And they're talking about things he's done like for the prison community. Like, he helped us stock up our library. He's teaching people to read. He's teaching people yoga. And that one guard is like, he helped me out of a toxic marriage.
God,
Janet, I released you.
He was crying just the most ugly cry in public you could do. Just help me.
I liked that scene a lot. And I think that adds a really interesting dimension to Emil Blonsky and how much of this is an act and how much of this is sincere. And if it is sincere, maybe he can be this peaceful Zen master who's also like, oh, Val, how much money are you going to give me to join your Thunderbolts team and wreck stuff up? I can still do that. For that amount of money? Sure. But then when I'm done, I'm going to go back to my 7 wives and my yoga retreat. I love when he's talking about his wives and he's like, they're my better eighths.
Yeah. Wild. So I think, yeah, you're right. I think this brings up an interesting kind of facet to Emil Blonsky, because just in general in the Hulk, like the reductive take is, oh, he's a scientist who has anger problems, right? And so I think based off that first movie, that's almost what we assume of Emil too, right? Oh, he's a soldier who has anger issues, and that's why he could turn into this thing that is the abomination, right? And he might still have those. He might still deal with them, but he might genuinely be interested in some of these lifestyles. He might genuinely be into yoga or some kind of Zen feng shui lifestyle thing here. And that could just be what he's into. Like,
yeah,
it just, who knows? Maybe that was something he was into before and we just don't know. And that was to, keep him from those anger issues while being in the military and stuff like that. We don't know. But I think, yeah, it's still suspicious is the thing, especially since we're trying to find all of these Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I think that's the Thunderbolts. Ooh, this must be Val behind it all. Ooh, it must be this, right?
Yeah. I do like that they may have levels of twists going on. That, of course, there's the very classic, oh, this guy seems nice, but secretly he's a bad dude. And that's what we go in with. But then every bit of evidence to support him as a nice guy seems so legitimate that maybe there's another twist on that. Like, maybe this man does have good qualities. Maybe he truly has grown, is a better person, but that sliver of darkness that might still be in him, that sliver of darkness might be all somebody needs to use him as a villain again in the future.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit more about Wong, because yes, we did finally get him in this one. It was fantastic to see him and just how oblivious he is to like everything that normal people do.
Yeah,
it's really funny that he like. He shows up late and he has no regard for like what the customs are. He's always like, we can show them with magic, right? And she's just like, no, let's just talk. Like, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's all they need. They need you to tell them that you stole him for this illegal fighting club thing, which was a part of Wong's training to become Sorcerer Supreme.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't just a for fun thing. It was something he had to do, which then begs the question of, did Doctor Strange do something like this when he was Sorcerer Supreme?
To fight? Yeah.
Right?
And who said he had to do that? Who was ruling over Wong, giving him the criteria for, you must do these things before you're Sorcerer Supreme?
Can I go on the internet in the MCU and look on Wiki how to become the Sorcerer Supreme, and it says go fight in an illegal death match, right?
He's like, got it. I know just the guy. But if that's also like post blip where Doctor Strange is back now, how long did it take him? You imagine after like, I don't know, a couple months, the magic community's like, okay, he's not coming back. We need a new Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Right. Why is that like a 5-year journey? Why is he still post-blip working on the things to really enforce the idea that he is Sorcerer Supreme? To still like check every box off on the list?
To be honest, I wonder if it's more personal. Like it is,
like that's just his own code.
I did not. Well, more of a not sense of shame, but sense of like imposter syndrome, right? That he was not the one that was chosen for this. He's there by circumstance, right? Thanos zapped most people out of existence, and so just by default, he's the one that had to step up. And so I'm wondering if he feels like he's inadequate, and hey, now that Doctor Strange is back, why am I still the one here? Do I like shouldn't he be the one? Does he feel like he needs to prove to himself that he is worthy of that title?
There's
who knows?
Still so much to learn about Wong. We don't really have a sense of his origins. Like, is he as old as he looks, or is he older? What did he do before he came to Camartage? I think there's a joke in that LinkedIn screenshot that he like worked at Target or something.
Yeah, that stuff is interesting to me too. But then I like how like the end of his thing is they're like, you just admitted to crimes, like you like we're gonna have to arrest. He's just like, I gotta go.
Magic business, goodbye.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the episode is when Nikki is researching him and she's supposed to reach out to him to get him to help work on Jen's case, and she says, I sent him a thirst trap. It's me and a bunch of books.
Yeah.
Like, not even a hot picture of her, just regular Nikki and some books. She's like, oh, he loves books. Any books. It doesn't matter.
Good stuff. Let's see. So yeah, Emil Polanski ends up going free. It seems like the public is not super happy about it. Or at least there is some public outcry. We don't know, I guess, at large what people think. But on the way home from her case, she's walking home and she gets mugged. Melissa, do you know who these people are?
I have been told. Would you like to tell me again?
When they came on screen and started to attack them, and at first I was just like who are these weirdos? And then I realized one of them is in a hard hat. They're in a construction hat, and I was just like, oh yes, I know exactly who this is. I am so happy that they are in this. This is the Wrecking Crew. This is Marvel's. You love them, but they are a complete joke, and they get beat up every time they show up. In no matter who they show up to fight, what bank they're robbing, and what hero respawns, they just get their asses whooped every single time, and fast too. It's not like they put up a good fight. They're terrible. They're awful. And it's so funny. And I'm so glad they're in here. I'm so happy.
Good. Nice addition.
Crew is now MCU canon.
I love when they attack Jen, like they've got her from behind and she's scared. And then she's like, wait a minute. And she turns into She-Hulk and just straight wallops them.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently they have weapons that are Asgardian, I think.
That's interesting. Yeah.
They say yes. I don't know if that's super important. I don't think it is. They could just say yes to made themselves sound cool. Who knows? They're glowing. They're like orange and teal and who knows what. But yeah, I'm so happy that they are in the MCU. But they were trying to get a sample of She-Hulk's blood or something like that. It did not work, but as they are trying to make their escape from getting their asses handed to them, they mentioned that their boss won't be too happy. So it sounds like there is someone higher up, and that is kind of the cliffhanger, that there is someone out there that is after She-Hulk's blood. Melissa, thoughts on that? Speculation. What do you think?
I don't know if we've got all the pieces yet. I don't know exactly what the show's agenda is. Is this a character they're setting up? Is this a character we've seen before? Is this a character that has been alluded to before? Are these guys in the same crew as Walton Goggins from Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know who's back there. God, this just came out this morning. I had work to do. I had to plan that party. I haven't thought of this yet.
So we have a few options. Yeah, it could be someone we don't know yet. It could be someone we have met and maybe aren't expecting. Maybe it's Kingpin. Who knows? It could be the power broker.
Yeah.
right? That'd be an interesting twist on that. Because the Hulk's blood is related to the super soldier's serum, and that's what she was her. I guess not her research, but the research she was facilitating has been destroyed. So this would be another way to get back into it.
Yeah.
It could also be someone. Again, we know, but weren't expecting, like maybe a character from the original Hulk movie that was in there. It could be the later. It could be someone like Betsy Ross, or not Betsy. Oh my God, Betty Ross.
Here's what I'm wondering: if the Wrecking Crew are inept, are they going to be working for a character who is intelligent and competent? Like, would Sharon Carter hire that team? Or are they working for somebody who maybe isn't that smart? Are they working for Cousin Chet? And he's like, I want in on this Hulk game like my cousins.
That's another thing to think about. Yeah, because like on one hand, the leader would probably be much smarter than that. He's hyper intelligent. Betty might not have very many connections if it's that. Or if it's
she just takes who she can get. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if it's someone like the power broker, maybe they don't, again, they might not have connections in the area, and it's just like, hey, who's available that can get out there? I don't know. This might be someone we've never heard of either. Like, I don't know.
I listened to the new Rockstar's reaction to this episode, and one of them was like, I mean, they're trying to steal her blood. What if it's Dracula? Which I think is a very slim chance, but that is fun to think of. Blade, how many things blood
coming
can
down
mean.
The road.
Yeah.
Right? Blade is coming down the road. That'd be wild. If it was.
That's so silly that almost works in the tone of the show. Is that one of the things Jin has to confront is Dracula?
You know what? Maybe. Honestly, yeah, that like I wouldn't put it past them with how ridiculous they've been so far on this. So last time we talked, we were also speculating how Daredevil could enter the picture, because we know from that original trailer that he shows up at some point. Do you feel like she will be taking on Kingpin? Is Kingpin still alive? His fate was kind of out there. We don't know. We know he's going to be in Echo, but we don't know if that's like when that's going to be taking place in the timeline.
I think Wilson Fisk is such a location specific character. Like, he really, really cares about Hell's Kitchen. I don't know what business he would have with an LA-based lawyer. I can see him getting into legal trouble, but I'm not exactly sure how Jen would get over there. I know she's like a very good, very, very good lawyer. She's a superhero lawyer. She's very prolific. People may want to pull her in on things.
This is the first superhuman law division. Kingpin has been pestered by this masked vigilante who may or may not have powers. They don't really know. We know he has the like heightened sense of hearing, but he might get in contact with them and fly her out there. And maybe that's like on some rooftop. That's where she meets Daredevil out in Hell's Kitchen. She might have to do some traveling. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I do. This is only episode 3 of like 9. I don't have enough pieces yet.
Right. But that's why it's fun to speculate and do all of that stuff. So last but not least, we have to talk about I think the funniest bit in this, the whole after credits stuff, and I guess it's like the whole B plot into the after credits.
I did like the B plot, yeah.
Stuff, yeah. So I don't remember the one guy's name, but that guy who's just a complete douchebag.
Dennis, maybe?
Something like that. He's trying to hire GLK and H to get them to take his case against his ex, who was a shape-shifting light elf and was posing. Oh God, why am I blanking on her name right now?
She's posing as musical artist Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, God, I was about to say Nicki Minaj. No, it's not Nicki. Yeah, it was posing as Megan Thee Stallion, and he believed it. And bought her a car, bought her all this jewelry, all this stuff, all that stuff.
And, like a Volkswagen Passat.
Right. And at first She-Hulk is just like you fell for it, you idiot. And later they find out that is the defense to go with, that, oh, he's an idiot, he's a douchebag, he's a misogynist.
Yeah.
Of course he thinks he can pull Megan the Stallion. That's why he thought that's who it was there. And so they win the case, which is completely ridiculous. And then Megan Thee Stallion is there, like in the crowd, in the audience, and she's
beautiful pink outfit.
Right, yeah.
I'm not super familiar with her, but she looks very cool in this episode. And it might be a little... This is something I can imagine being corny in another context, to have the like celebrity guest star who everybody repeatedly shouts out by name. Right. This is something the MCU has like never really been able to do. Like, it's never done this before. And I'm like, let him do it once. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and this is like the right place to do it in, too.
Mm-hmm. It'd be different if she showed up in like Falcon and the Winter Soldier or something.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so the end credits is then Megan is in Jen's like office signing all these papers to have Jen become her new lawyer, to have She-Hulk be her new lawyer. And she's like, man, I hated my last lawyer. And then the boss of the law firm walks by and sees them dancing to one of her songs and stuff, and just like, huh, okay. And they're out there twerking and stuff like that. And she just walks away. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
but I loved it.
It only took us until episode 3 to get a gratuitous She-Hulk twerk. But I love that it's a gratuitous work in... It's a gratuitous twerk in business slacks. Like,
yeah.
It's some sexual dancing in the least sexual clothes possible. And I love her screaming, Megan, I would die. Like, Megan, I would die to protect you, or something like that. I wonder if years from now that joke will come.
Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, it's like, Megan, I would kill for you. And she's like, well, all right, hold on.
I would kill for you. I hope years from now, after She-Hulk is in some truly massive, like a end game level, like saving the world situation, she's like, I told my friend Megan that I would kill for her, and here I go into battle. Avengers assemble.
Something like that would be great. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I thought this one was great. I cannot wait to see where this goes next. Nothing but good things to say right now. Still don't know where this will end up. Like, I don't know what the end is going to be. Is there a big bad? Is there some like final, like what are we working towards exactly? That's still unclear, but I am enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a fun ride. I think there is a lot to speculate on, but I think the show is also very approachable from the point of view of, I just think it's funny. I just want to check in, see these new characters I'm enjoying, laugh, enjoy like a mild legal situation, just like a little light procedural stuff. It's fun. It's a very fun. It's a show that goes down easy, and I really appreciate that about it. It's a little bit less involved than other shows have been, so you can come at it from any angle. If you're like, I have a million theories, or if you're like, Oh, I just woke up. Happy Thursday morning. Let me put on
Right?
She-Hulk and drink my coffee and eat my breakfast.
Absolutely. Well, I think that about wraps us up for our reactions to episode 3 of She-Hulk. So, Melissa, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at WilkyWit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities.
And you guys can find me at YoKyleSpringer on Twitter. And if you guys would like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, you guys can do that at the Whatnauts on Twitter. So please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton. And we will see you all next week for episode 4 of She-Hulk. We will see you all then.
Bye.
We still have plenty of time.